Oh, welcome back to another Vino with Vivas. I don't even know what episode this is. I've lost count.
6.
This is 6?
This is number 6.
Okay, well, this one is coming to you from the Pateo.
I love this place.
Look, this is my sanctuary. This is my peace. This is my happy place.
Yeah.
And it's just so cozy, and it makes a perfect place to do a podcast, right?
Yeah, this is where we're going to be at all summer long.
All summer.
Totally.
We're going to be bringing the vibes. And speaking of vibes, you see that I thought of you for today's episode.
You just must love me so much because you brought out my favorite wine ever. We've talked about this. I love rosé. I'm a rosé girly, and here we have a gorgeous, bubbly rosé.
You love rosé, and I was like, well, if we're going to be doing Vino with Vivas on the patio, I feel like a bubbly rosé screams patio wine.
Oh, that's the whole vibe.
So we're sipping on one from Cooper's Hawk. Big fan of
Huge
Cooper's.
fan of Cooper's Hawk.
Look, yes, I am a membership
We are
wine
too,
club
yep.
member. Are you? Yep, you and Lee.
Yep, we are.
Frankie's just going to come along and sit between us because, you know, this is Frankie's show. It's nothing about my
He's
sister
the main
and I.
character.
He's got main character energy. Now you got to sit down. Okay.
Good boy.
So yeah, I know that rosés are, you can have a still rosé. You can have a bubbly rosé. You can also have more of a sweet rosé.
Oh, yeah.
Which one is your go-to?
I would say, let's see. I love Cooper's Hawk rosé, like their regular rosé and their bubbly. Like that's probably my favorite. You can go like rosé is just so diverse. I think that's why I like it. Is because you can go really sweet on the rosé, like you said, or you can go like closer to like a white wine, a Sauv Blanc, but it still has, you know, that rosé feel. So I think that honestly, this one that we're drinking right now is probably my favorite because I love when you add bubbly. It's like you're celebrating something. You're just celebrating
life.
Yeah,
We're always celebrating something.
Yeah.
Rosé, I will say, is the only wine that gives me a horrible hangover.
Oh shit!
I feel like asshole casserole after
that.
rosé, and I don't know why. I don't. But anyway, we're doing this for you today, sis. So
Thanks,
cheers.
sis.
Let's get into it.
Thank you.
Today's episode is all about female friendships, the tribe, the girlfriends. I love that this was kind of your inspiration. You know, we both have read Mel Robbins' Let Them book. We've listened to her podcast. Big fans.
Huge fans of Mel.
But recently you listened to an episode on her podcast that kind of inspired you and got you thinking.
Yes.
And you were like, we have to address this on the
I was
pod.
like, we've got to talk about this on the pod because I have so many questions for you as well. Like, as I was listening to this podcast, I was like thinking about my own experiences that I have going on right now with some of my girlfriends. And just, I think that this is a topic that can apply to so many people, like, especially women. Like, you've got your girls and they're your tribe, they're your people, but like, what happens when shit gets uncomfortable and you have to bring some things up? Like, what happens when the friendship isn't what it once was, or what happens when, you know, life changes and things just get a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to talk about it with you because, like, I think we've had chats about this before, but I also just like want to know, like, you've, you know, been friends with the same girls since elementary school.
Oh yeah. I have you know, off the top of my head, I mean, my longest friend, Christina, I mean, soul sister, we've been friends since we were 8 years old. We played on the same basketball team.
That's wild.
And we have been having sleepovers and hanging out and partying and going through life together. And now, you know, she has 2 kids and we've grown up together.
Didn't she go with you to bail our dad out of jail once?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Christmas time. I'll never forget it. We were asleep.
That's hilarious.
Graham and Gramp come in the room and they're like, girls, get dressed. We got to go bail your dad out of jail. Awesome.
What a good friend. Like,
And-
just to like, okay.
Oh yeah. I mean,
great.
we were both like, we were terrified, but we were low key like excited. Like, oh, cool. We're going downtown to jail. Like, we're going to go see some stuff. Woo.
Oh God.
And oh man, I'll never forget it. This woman came in the jail. She had a long like sweatshirt on, no pants, and socks that were soaking wet because it was raining. And she pushes over the Christmas tree and she's like, "Fuck Christmas!"
Oh, God.
And I'm like, oh. And it was Oh my God. I mean, core memory. I mean, just, we've been through a lot together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, all of my girlfriends, I've had, the same group really since then, at elementary, middle school, high school.
Yeah.
We've got a strong group, and I've always been very much, you got to have your girls. Like at the end of the day,
yes,
that's who gets me through life.
Yes.
Period.
Yes. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you share things with your partner, and that's like, you have a good relationship with them and you can share things with them. But like, I feel like it's so important to have your girls, and because it's a whole different type of relationship.
Oh yeah. It's a love like no other. I mean,
yeah.
I understand having your spouse, your partner. I do.
It's very important.
And it's super important.
Yeah.
And having that bond with them, but nothing comes close to the bond between girlfriends.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like that's your soulmate almost in a way.
Well, it's your girlfriends have been there before the boyfriends existed, before the husband existed. It's like they've seen you at every stage in your life. Yeah. And so they know you on a deeper level than it's different. It's deeper and it's different than the way that your like partner or spouse knows you.
And, let's address the elephant in the room too. I mean, unfortunately, there are some ladies out there that don't have a tribe.
Yeah.
Which I think we should get into that later on about the people who don't have that support system or who have tried to have that support system.
Yeah.
And they've failed.
Yeah.
Their friends,
Yeah.
and there's a lot to unpack because of, we'll just say it, us ladies can be crazy.
Oh, we have high expectations when it comes to friendship. And there's a reason why. I mean, so in the podcast, not to get too much into it, but there's so many cool things that Mel said. She was talking with a researcher who literally, this is her forte was female friendships. Like, it's a whole thing that she dives into about the way men and women approach friendships differently. Like, it's almost like men, kind of relate to their friends as like a cousin, and girls relate to their friendships like as a sister. Like, it's a little bit more deep and vulnerable.
You're deeper with your girlfriends. You're closer.
Yeah.
You want to hear the day-to-day struggles, the daily. You want to be involved in everything. Whereas men are just kind of like, I don't want to say surface level, but in a way, it's just kind of like,
They don't ask the nitty gritty. They don't like ask, oh, well, like, how did that make you feel? We're feely, emotionally lovey women. And I love that about us, but it can also kind of hinder a friendship too. Cause it's like, when you don't have like that trust or your things are awkward, it's like things get really awkward and you have to, men I think can let things go. And it's like, oh, like they're having an off day. Whereas women were like, well, what's really going on in this friendship? And
women get in their head a lot.
Very true. Very true.
We internalize. We have insecurities. I mean, there's a long list. So I think the best way to handle this is let's start talking about the Mel Robbins podcast.
Yeah.
Set it up for us.
Yeah.
What you heard. What was the aha moment? And educate us on the types of friendships.
Yeah. So when I was listening to this podcast, I was just blown away that I love when anything has research behind it. I'm a person who has to understand the why behind things for me to be like, oh, that makes sense. Like, I've been feeling this way about my girlfriends. Why do I feel this way? Well, this podcast explains it, and we'll definitely link this out because every woman should listen to it, I think. But there's 3 affinities in a female friendship, and this is what blew me away. These like themes that like make a friendship work. Okay. I'll say. So the 3 are symmetry, support, and secrecy. So the first one, symmetry. Feeling like you can relate. Like, whenever you're like in a conversation with somebody, how good does it feel when a girl's like, oh my God, same. Like, me too. I feel what you're feeling. I have felt what you're feeling. I relate to that.
Like, they've been through that struggle as well.
Yeah.
Here's how I got through it.
Yeah.
Here's kind of a blueprint to help you. You feel seen.
Yeah, you feel seen.
Yes.
And it goes deep like that, but it also goes to like, oh my God, like, I love that lipstick too. Like, oh, like, you've tried that lipstick? It's a great lipstick. Like, it goes to all these different things of like, we just want to relate, like we can relate to our girlfriends.
Yes.
And so that's one of the biggest things that like you need in a friendship is just relatability. The second, support. I think I think that even goes bigger than symmetry, is if you don't feel supported by your girlfriends, like that that can take you to a kind of a dark place. Like, I know, like, there's been times where I've called my friends out and been like, I just don't feel supported by you. Like, I was there for you when you were going through something, but then when it came to me, like, where were you at?
Yeah.
Have you ever been through that?
Oh, plenty of times.
Yeah.
Because here's the hard thing. And unfortunately, sis, you are very much like me when it comes to this. We're strong. People don't really check on the strong.
That's so true.
They think, oh, she's got it. She can handle it. She's fierce. She can do anything. Yes, we can.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean we don't need support. That doesn't mean we don't need checked on.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I don't need you to come and make sure I'm not falling apart.
Because, like, probably we are.
We are, right. 100% we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just don't show it.
We don't show it. Yeah.
We aren't, let me just unpack and die here kind of people.
Yeah.
We're going to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
So, yeah, support, it's crucial. It really is. And I have always tried to support my girlfriends no matter what.
No matter what's going on in your personal life.
What's going on in my personal life.
Yeah.
There have been, let's use right now, for example, my life is a hot disaster. We all know that. I've been very open about, my job is just up in the air right now. And I feel like my identity's off. I keep having things hit me left and right. But I'm still celebrating wins for my friends. I'm still celebrating the fact that they're killing it. That, they're anything, like if it's an engagement, if it's a new job, if it's getting ready to have a baby, if it's whatever it is. Yeah. You still show up.
100%.
You still celebrate them because that's 100%. What a good friend does.
Yes. Something I love about what you're saying is like, and this talks about in the podcast, is like competition. Like, because I have something and you don't have it, that doesn't make you less than. Does that make sense? Like, if my job's going really well, but yours isn't, like, as a friend, I want to know that stuff. Yeah. So that I can just, like, I'm an ear to listen. I'm not going to judge you because your job maybe isn't going as well as mine, or you're, feeling like, I think that has to just be removed in a friendship. It's not a competition.
I agree, but also I understand where insecurities come into play. Yeah. I do get it. You shouldn't feel in competition with your friends, but comparison is the thief of joy, and it presents itself in our lives in dark ways. Totally. And there have been times I've been guilty of it where it's like, I will see on the outside and I'm like, man, like prime example, all of my girlfriends are married for the most part. Mine too. I have a couple that aren't, of close girlfriends I'm talking about here. Yeah. Married, kids, white picket fence, great, loving all the things. Yes. And I don't have that. Right. And I see it and I'm like, what is wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? Why am I not there yet? And I have to remind myself I took a different journey. Yes. But the insecurity is still there. Right. Where it's like, man, that's beautiful. Like, when do I get to live that? Yeah. Or am I not supposed to live that? So I can understand where that comes into play, where you kind of have a twinge of what's wrong with me? Right. And we're human. Yes. Like, that's okay to have those feelings. You don't live there and you don't let it affect your friendships. I love that. That's the thing. Like, I love that. If you are having those thoughts, fine. That's human. Yes. We all feel the feels. Right. But you can't let that change how you move with your girlfriends. Totally. Because your girlfriends are here for you. Like, while they're on separate, planes of life, they're still your girlfriends. And if they're a good girlfriend, they're going to hear you out and be there for you no matter what you have going on. They're going to meet you where you are. Yeah. There's so many times that I have come to my girlfriends, my tribe, and I'm like, I can remember one just because it was recent. We were having a hot tub night and just explaining how my life is a mess right now. It's a wreck. And I'm trying to sort it out. And never once did they make me feel like I was, oh God, what's wrong with you? Like it was support. It was Nikki, like you've had it figured out your whole life. So you're going through a rough patch. It's going to be okay. They reaffirmed. They poured into me.
Yes.
They looked at me like, not like, oh, you poor thing. It wasn't that.
Good.
It was a like, hey,
yeah,
like it's okay. Like it's gonna pan out. It's gonna be okay.
I love that. That's what a good friendship is.
You have to meet them where they are, though.
Yes.
You know, and read the room. I mean, that's one of the things. Like, if I don't feel I don't feel happy and bubbly, and I know I'm not good company, but my girlfriends are like, hey, let's get together. Like, guys, I'm not good company. Like, I'm just gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring it down. I know I'm gonna bring it down. No, I can't fake it all the time. I just can't.
But that's powerful in recognizing that. And I think when you're in a friendship and you should be able to say that, be like, hey guys, like I'm going through something right now. It has nothing to do with you guys.
Right.
Just me internally. Like, be vulnerable with yourself and be vulnerable with your friends, because if they're your true friends, they're there to not judge you and they're there to work through this life with you.
Yes.
So I think you do a good job of opening up to them and also celebrating their wins, just like I know that they celebrate your wins too. Like, and I know you're not feeling like a winner right now with all the shit going on. I know that, but I understand.
The winning is, I could really use some winning, and I need some wins.
I agree.
I could really use a little.
But what I think is a win, and like, let's speak some truth right now, is just this was out of left field. This came out of left field.
Yeah.
And I think that you are handling it so amazing. I've said this on the pod before, and I'll say it again because it's so true. I expected you to fully crumble. I did. And don't get me wrong, there was moments where you probably did, but
yep.
I, again, have only just seen like you're not letting it destroy you. You are not letting it destroy you, and I'm so proud of you for that.
You just can't. You can't live there.
You cannot live in like, poor me, poor my life. You have to get up and you have to do something.
But I think it's important that you have girls that you can go to and be that authentic self and say, hey, shit's not good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not good. Like, I'm telling you right now, blow the whistle, wave the white flag. Things aren't great.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have that group where you don't have to feel like you have to show up perfectly, that you don't have to put on this brave face all the time.
Totally.
I mean, when grandma died, I remember, I think I laid on that couch in there for a week straight in the same robe. And I just I know, like, people checked on me. I know people cared. I know people wanted to come in here and save me, but I just, like, guys, I'm a wreck right now and I just need a minute. But they were so steadfast of like, Nikki, we'll take you at any stage. We know, like, it's not going to always be concerts and fun and happy hours and, pool time. Like, we know that you're going through it, and we're going to sit with you in the sadness. We're going to sit with you in the emotions, the dirty, the bad, whatever it is.
Yes.
You need those people.
Yes.
And that's something that not necessarily your partner can do.
Oh, well, it's not always on your partner. You know what I mean? Like, you get energy and support and just things from other people. You should not be only leaning on your partner for, to be like your therapist. We talked about that in the last episode. It's like your girls, like, you have a relationship with them. You can tell things to your girls that you can't necessarily tell to your partner, as you shouldn't.
1,000%.
Especially because they're girls.
Girl talk is different. That's why they call it girl talk.
Yes.
I mean, I've been in situations where guys were present during girl talk, and it's not good.
Oh, yeah. They can't handle it.
They can't handle it. They get overwhelmed.
What the fuck is all this drama? What is wrong with you guys?
Yes.
It's like, you don't get it, guys. I'm sorry. You won't ever get it.
Right. And it's just... It's a way for us to decompress. It's a way for us to just, be seen and be heard and let us like get it out, and we're going to feel better.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What's the third point?
The third, secrecy.
Secrecy. Now, what is that?
I know that one sounds weird.
Like keeping secrets?
I think just trust, like being able to share something that might be more secret. I think it comes to trust. It's like, having this level of like, and I don't know that I fully vibe with that one as much as I feel like the first two are more necessary in a female friendship. But I think it's just feeling like you can tell your girlfriend like a secret or trust them with something and they won't go around spreading it, obviously, because that's ridiculous. But just being able to share like the deepest, darkest secrets that you have too.
I'm going to go with like, I kind of agree with that.
That one's
it depends
weird.
on the level of friendship.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, yes, I have girls that I could tell them anything. I mean, I could tell them where I buried a body and I know it wouldn't leave their mouth.
You haven't actually buried a body.
We're going to move on. I could tell them that and it would never
never
go on.
She has not buried a body. I feel like we need to say this out loud.
I have never buried a body ever.
Okay.
Ever.
Anyways, back to this.
I've not. But like, I know I could tell them that and it is, you know, throw the key away kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I also have friends that I know that run their mouth. And I know
that's
that
a real saying.
if I tell this person that, I can already bet that they're going to tell this person, this person, and this person. So you have to pick and choose what you tell that person. Now, there are different levels of friendship.
Totally.
Okay? I know that I have like my tribe. Okay. That's the elite, the top of the top, the ones that have been with me from the get-go, like my day oneers.
I love that. Yeah.
You know, I have one of my group chat messages, day oneers. I know that I have what I call surface level friends. They're great. There's nothing wrong with them. They're good friends and we get happy hours. We have fun, all the things, but there's no depth to them.
Right.
Okay. Like when shit goes south and I'm in the mud and I can't see the light because everything is so dark like it is now, those surface level friends are nowhere to be found. Because they're there when it's all sunshine and rainbows and things are going well.
Yeah.
But they can only handle what's on the surface.
They don't know.
They can't handle the dirt and the depth and the roots and the shit that is going on underneath.
They don't know how to interact when you're at your like lowest.
Exactly. So you got to know your levels. There's like a hierarchy. Like you got to know.
They talk about this in the podcast. They have a gorgeous metaphor of a tree. Like you have your day oneers, your roots, your strong roots that are there no matter what storm. They are there. Then they have your branches, which are your like friends who are there, but they can occasionally break off. Like they're there, they're part of the tree, but they can occasionally break off. And then you have your leaves who are just kind of there when the wind blows. Like when you're at your best, they're there.
Leaves are surface level friends.
Surface level friends. So I think that's a beautiful metaphor. And I don't think that there's necessarily anything wrong with having those different levels of friends.
No.
You know, like
it's just, you just have to know which category they're in.
Correct.
You don't ever want to have expectations that they can't meet.
Totally.
Does that make sense? Like
yes.
I'm not going into a conversation with a surface level friend with information that could only be, you know, embraced by a day oneer.
Totally.
Okay. Yeah. So you gotta tweak your conversation and tweak
sense.
what you guys talk about.
Yes.
Now there's also the friendships that you met later on in life. Those friends that you met maybe in your adulthood. That are soul bonding friendships.
I have some of those.
I mean, one that sticks out to me is my friend Erin.
Oh, I love Erin. Shout out to Erin.
Oh, Erin, I love you. You know that. I met her later on in life when we were already in our careers, but it's like, I know that, you know, her dad passed away. My grandpa passed away. We think they're in heaven together partying because they're very similar.
I love that.
And I think that, I know, right? I think that, I think they put us together because we did meet later in life, and she's somebody that I just know, like she heals my soul, and I love her.
She brings the energy, like, you know what I mean? Like that is something that I love when people are infectious. Like you can't not see Erin, and she always has a big smile on her face. You can't not see her and just instantly feel like you're happy and you're beautiful.
Yeah, it charges you.
It charges you. Yes,
it does.
Yes.
But what I love is that Erin and I will go months without seeing each other. I mean, her life's busy, my life's busy. And I know you have friends like this as well. And, and for you listening right now, I'm sure you have this person in your mind right now. you can go months without seeing them, and you just pick right back up where you left.
Yeah.
It's like no time has gone by.
I love those friendships.
There's a special appreciation for those kind of friendships.
I love those friendships because, I mean, it is no doubt that adult relationships, especially female friendships, just get hard as you get older because we're busy.
Life is life, and man, life is life.
100%. And so the friends, and I've had friends like this that are like, you don't make enough time for me, and you don't do this. It's like, girl, I hear you, but also like I'm doing the best I can out here. Like work's crazy, life's crazy. It is about intentionality. 100%.
That's a great segue into the friends that can balance it all.